the VariQuest Design Center software, you have access to over 5,000 shapes and manipulatives, over 26 unique font styles, and over 290 collections, making it so easy to bring your lessons to life with the help of the Cutout Maker. To get started, simply click on the Cutout Maker button from the main menu of the software. Here you have the option of selecting letters, numbers, and symbols, shapes, or collections. I'm going to choose letters, numbers, and symbols. Anything you can type on from this keyboard, you can cut. You can even cut everything in Spanish. As you can see, there's a Spanish letters key that you can click on, which toggles between then the Spanish letters keyboard and the standard keyboard, allowing you to type your words in Spanish. As you can see here, I typed in the word welcome. I'm going to proceed to click next in the lower right corner, and it takes me to a screen where I can modify my text. You can see here that the box is checked that reads normal text, and that means each individual letter is going to be cut out. However, you can move that check to the box that reads connect letters, and as you can see here, it connects all of the letters into one strip, so it cuts as one piece, making it so much easier to hang on your door, your bulletin board display, or whatever. You can even move the check mark to the box that reads add bar, and it essentially does the same thing. It connects your letters by adding a bar or underlining the word. So again, it's going to connect and cut as one strip, making it so much easier to hang on your surface. Preserve letter order is reserved for our VariQuest vinyl sheets. When you cut letters from VariQuest vinyl, you want to select preserve letter order so that the letters stay in the right order, so that when you transfer the vinyl material from the backing of the vinyl to your surface, it spells everything correctly. So that's what that means. I'm going to select connect letters for this exercise and draw your attention to the font window over on the right. Here are where the unique font styles are displayed, where you can peruse the different font styles and choose the style of letters that you prefer. Proceed by clicking Next, and here it takes you to a screen which reads Material Size and Type, where you can select the material size that you're cutting from and your material type. 12 by 18 inch paper is the largest, but you can also cut from 9 by 12 inch paper or 8.5 by 11, and you can even cut from scrap pieces of paper. So if you still have a good portion of your piece of paper left over, go ahead and trim it, measure it, select Custom, and it will allow you to resize your piece of paper to the size of your scrap piece. So you're going to eliminate a lot of waste by doing that. So I definitely love that feature. Anything that's the size of a note card, 4 by 6 inches or larger, you can still cut from. As I mentioned, over on the right is where you select your material type. You can cut from heavy or light construction paper. If you happen to have our VariQuest cold laminator, you can laminate your sheets of paper before you cut. This saves a big step of then having to cut with scissors, and it also protects your study aids and your manipulatives so that they can be reused time and time again. You can also cut from cardstock, regular bond or copy paper that you have in your school building, and you can cut from our VariQuest magnetic sheets, which is ideal for repositionable manipulatives on a whiteboard and or school spirit magnets. You could also cut, as mentioned, from our VariQuest vinyl sheets, which is ideal for window and wall lettering, playground and parking lot signs, etc. So where you put your check is determining how deep or shallow the cut will be. Proceed by clicking Next, and here's where you can resize your output. I have the word welcome, as you can see here. My letters are connected, so my sizing options are a little bit fewer. Some of the options are grayed out, and that's because the letters are connected and I don't want my letters to tile after they've been cut. But I do have the option of making my output a little smaller if I want. You could always click on Custom as well, and it brings up a keypad so you can enter in whatever size you want it to be. It will always give you a prompt as well if it's below the minimum cut size or if it's too large and your object's going to be tiled. So that's a good indicator. But you can always just take out the guesswork by clicking largest possible on page, and it will automatically calculate that for you. Proceed by clicking Next, and here's where you can enter in whatever quantity you want of that particular object. Or you can, again, take out the guesswork by selecting as many possible on page, and it calculates it for you. So it just makes it so easy to navigate page by page through the software. Proceed by clicking Next, and here you have the option of adding more to your job. In this case, I want to because I have a lot more room on my piece of paper. So I'm going to select Add More to Job, and it takes me back to the Output type screen. And here I'm going to select Shapes. Now, as mentioned, you have access to over 5,000 shapes and manipulatives. So to help narrow your search, you can search by keyword. Type in your keyword, it'll bring up whatever shapes pertain to that keyword. However, I invite you to browse categories so you can really become familiar with all the great content that's right at your fingertips. As you will see, we have all of our content sorted in categories and in subcategories, laid out in alphabetical order on the left column of your screen. So it really allows you to become familiar with all the great content available. You will also find that there's a unique ID associated with each particular shape and collection and font style. So you can always jot down those IDs and kind of prep and plan before you actually go to create. In this case, I'm going to select the category of English Language Arts and the subcategory of bookmarks. It takes me to 10 pages of bookmarks that I can choose from. When you find the shape you want, just click on it, click OK, and it takes you back to where we were before, where I can now take my bookmark and select the size that I want. So I'm going to make my bookmark just a little bit bigger, proceed by clicking Next, and again, I'm repeating what I did with the word welcome, only this time pertaining to my bookmark, whereby I can enter in how many copies I want. I can also, as mentioned before, take that guesswork out and do as many possible on page, and it will fit as many as it possibly can, which is, again, a really nice time saver. I can proceed to the next screen, and I can add more to my job if I choose. You can always have more pages queued up in your job. It's not just one page at a time. And the cutout maker will pause in between each page until your complete job is cut out. But at this time, I've got everything selected that I want. I'm ready to cut. So I'm going to proceed by clicking Next. Now, you don't see this prompt on this particular video, but I want to tell you that it does. When you click Next, it brings up a pop-up window that allows you to save your cut job if you want. This is ideal, of course, if you're going to bring this up at a later time and cut it again, and or if you've run out of prep time and you need to get back to class, go ahead and save your job, bring it up when you have more time, and proceed to cut it out. So this pop-up window that, again, you're not seeing, but you will when you're in the software, allows you to save your cut job, yes or no. Then it takes you to your very final screen where it's asking you to follow the instructions on the display of your cutout maker. So that's all there's to it. Just follow the prompts on the little display of your cutout maker, and it'll cut everything out and bring your lessons to life. As mentioned, there are over 290 collections readily available in the VariQuest Design Center software, making it so easy to create your bulletin board displays, student crafts, sensory paths, and vinyl floor graphics with the help of the Cutout Maker. To get started, once again, from the main menu, simply click the Cutout Maker button. This time, you want to select Collections. And from here, you can search by keyword if you want to narrow your search, or of course, I invite you to browse categories so you can really become familiar with all the great content readily available at your fingertips. Once again, too, just like with the shapes, we have our collections sorted in categories and in subcategories. Everything is in alphabetical order on the left column of your screen, making it so easy to search for your desired collection. Simply choose your category and then your subcategory, and you can peruse all the colorful, engaging collections available. For this particular exercise, I'm going to click on the frog life cycle and then click OK. It takes me to where I can indicate what my material size is and also my material type, and then you simply proceed by clicking Next. It then takes me to a screen where I can set the size of my bulletin board display. I love this feature because it automatically sizes then all the parts and pieces that make up that collection so it fits perfectly on your your display. In this case, I'm going to proceed as though I'm going to be putting it on a 2 by 3 foot bulletin board. So you can see as I'm clicking on this plus sign, it's adjusting my height and my width, and I'm going to get it to a pretty close size, to a pretty close 2 by 3 foot bulletin board size. When I proceed by clicking next, I'm then able to enter in how many sets I want, and then I proceed by clicking next again, and it takes me to my final screen where it's asking me to follow the instructions on the display of the cutout maker. You will see here too, it lets you know how many pages are going to make up that particular collection, and it even color codes your sheets of paper so you know what color of paper to put down when. It will also indicate that on the display of your cutout maker. So right off the bat, I know I need to put down a light blue piece of construction paper, press go on my cutout maker, it proceeds to cut page 1. Then it pauses so I can lift up, it will change to the next color of paper that I need to lay down, and I will proceed to follow all of those prompts till all of the pages are cut out, and then I just go forward and assemble my display. It's that easy. Now, if you want to watch the cutout maker in action, proceed to one of the training videos that's in this series that specifically shows you how it proceeds to cut. I also want to point out that once your cutout maker job is done, you have a screen that looks like this. It says that it's done cutting, and it shows you all the different pages. So if you need to recut the complete job or recut individual pages, you just simply click on the pages you want to recut, choose the option below that indicates recut pages, and it will proceed to do that. So a great way to bring your lessons to life with these engaging collections that are readily available. Another great application for the VariQuest cutout maker is the ability to cut from VariQuest vinyl sheets. When you are browsing categories in the VariQuest software, I invite you to scroll down and select the category of signs and decals. Here's where you're going to find a number of different layouts for creating your vinyl signs. It starts with basic layouts, which just gives you text boxes and graphic boxes that you can complete on your own with whatever information. This is great for creating school spirit decals, really awesome for your fundraising efforts, your CTE programs, etc. Under general signage, we have a number of layouts that are pre-designed for labeling different areas of your building, welcoming your visitors into the main office, etc. And then under health and safety, this is where you're specifically going to come to find your directional floor graphics that I was talking about to help keep your school safe, to help guide everybody through your building the proper way. A lot of great signs here right at your fingertips. And then of course under the parking lot signs, we have a variety of great signs that can be cut from the VariQuest vinyl material, mounted on an aluminum sign, and then positioned out in your playground area or your parking lot area. No need to outsource when you have the VariQuest vinyl capabilities. And you can purchase from VariQuest a vinyl applications kit, which is going to give you white aluminum signs, a variety pack of our vinyl, and then all the materials, the transfer tape, the weeding tool, all the things that you need to successfully cut from vinyl and transfer it onto your surface. Now, we do also have a great video in this Cutout Maker series that shows you exactly how to cut from the vinyl, weed it, transfer it, etc. So I invite you to watch that, and I invite you to consider using the VariQuest vinyl sheets again for your fundraising efforts, communication efforts, and CTE programs. As you become familiar with all the great content available for the VariQuest Cutout Maker, if you see a shape that's not in the software that you'd like us to create, for example, your school mascot, I'm happy to let you know that we have a custom shape program. Simply head to our VariQuest Resource Center and then click on Cutout Maker and click Custom Shape. You will be redirected to a page where you can simply follow the instructions as seen here to submit your shape to us We'll create it and send it back to you for a nominal fee. In addition, if you are finding that not all of your Cutout Maker content is activated, from the VariQuest Resource Center, click on Activate Content. Locate your Premium Content Access CD, pop that into the DVD-ROM drive on your Design Center, and from here, follow the prompts to activate your content. You can also head to our website, variquest.com/activate, to activate your content there, or simply reach out to our customer service department at 1-800-328-0585, option 2, and they will gladly assist. Finally, from the VariQuest Design Center software, click on the Workroom Assistant tab and then use your documentation for easy access to the Cutout Maker Quick Start Guide, some short video tutorials, and even our VariQuest Cutout Maker Content Guide. The Cutout Maker Content Guide is a digital flipbook that you can share with your teachers and everybody in your school building so that they can peruse this digital guide on their own time and see all the great content that's readily available. As you can see, there are thumbnails of all the different shapes, our font styles, our collections, etc. So everyone can plan and prep before they create.